is to cut the other rope. I'll have to go all the way there with it there, and then hopefully we can get in and get it off. I don't want to. It's a bit bad here.
Isn't it going to go around the prop?
I don't know whether it'll go around the property. 2 days after we got married, Carla suggested we sell everything, buy a boat and set sail. A year later we did just that. In the Canaries we picked up our naked sailor, Dobby. This is our adventure.
We have a long ride in the dinghy. It's going to be about 3 to 4 miles, Simon?
Yep, 4 miles.
Yeah, so Simon is topping up with petrol, so we won't get stopped on the way. Para Aveiro é por aqui? Por aqui? Obrigada. Ok, obrigada. Bom dia. Para Aveiro é por aqui ou por aqui? Por aqui?
Aveiro is located about 4 miles inland from the entrance to the estuary.
It was a long ride. I'm frozen.
Yeah.
So you either have to take me south really quickly, or I'm gonna have to take all the winter coats from the locker. Okay? So what's gonna be the choice?
Winter coats. Aveiro was known for its production of salt and for the harvesting of the local seaweed, which was used as fertiliser on the fields. The boats once used for the harvesting now carry tourists on the canals. Salt production has also decreased over the years, with only a few salt ponds still in use. Aveiro is often referred to as the Venice of Portugal due to the style of the boats and the system of canals.
We were ready to leave by like an hour and a half ago, and then the fog came.
The fog was so thick we couldn't see the boat behind us, so we've been waiting. It's just started to clear. It's still pretty thick, but we can see a good 200 or 300 yards. So
Because this entrance of this river is very, very busy with fishermen.
Yeah. But we're going to make our way out now, and we'll catch just the very end of the end.
So this hasn't been very fun, this coming out of this river in Aveiro, because the fog was really, really thick, and it was kind of clearing up when we left, but then it got worse again, and this river is full of fishermen on their little boat, and just coming out of the breakwater was just one really hit us. That wasn't good.
Testing. Unfortunately, as we were travelling south down the coast, out of the fog came a fishing buoy, too late to miss. The main buoy went under the bridge deck and the float buoy went down the starboard side. It became stuck between the rudder and the hull. We were 5 miles out at sea. rope. We'll have to go all the way there with it there, and then hopefully we can get in and get it off. I don't want to. It's a bit bad here.
Isn't it gonna go around?
Eventually we managed to cut everything free, just leaving a short piece of rope still stuck behind the rudder. Oh, that was pretty spectacular. We had a few dolphins come along there. They were quite big ones as well. Actually, there was at least a dozen, and they weren't here very long. As soon as they came, they kind of left, but they were jumping around, and absolutely fantastic to see them. The next day we found ourselves in Cascais and having a day trip to Lisbon. Cascais' history as a popular seaside resort originated in the 1870s, when King Louis I of Portugal with his family made Cascais their residence every September. Home to over 200,000 people, its numbers are swelled each summer as people holiday here on its beautiful beaches. The narrow streets are lined with restaurants offering local dishes with fish being high on the menu. Lisbon has been inhabited since the 8th century BC. It is the capital of Portugal and has over 3 million inhabitants. This number is increased as it receives over 3 million visitors annually. The streets are lined with beautiful buildings. Its squares are on a large scale. It is one of the most visited cities in Europe.
Are you having that?
This is a Portuguese experience, so I have lots of whiteboard and a very special sort of cheesy egg. What have you got there then?
Special. Cassata. Hello everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video where we go to Aveiro.
And what a beautiful city it was. It was absolutely
It's like
stunning.
the Portuguese Venice of Portugal, isn't
It's
it?
a bit of a stretch actually, I think. I think it is a bit of a stretch. But having said that, it was a beautiful place. the boats that they used, which were the old boats that they used to collect all the seaweed, and I don't know whether you noticed, but they put an engine, an outboard inside, and they actually cut the rudder off in line with the sea level, which is quite interesting. So they had a big Yamaha in there, or Yamaha rather, in there to power themselves along.
But they're very pretty, very typical,
pretty.
isn't it?
Yeah,
and
it was very pretty.
They still do the tourist trips with them, and so it's nice.
A hell of a long rib ride though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
We got
lost. It was about 4 miles. It was the longest rib ride we had in our lives.
And it was all twisty and turny, and we didn't take a chart with us.
Oh, that's Dobby.
That's Dobby.
Being naughty.
And so we got quite lost, really, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We did. I had kept asking to the fishermen where to go, where to turn. Yeah.
And then the next morning, the fog came down again.
And then that port, that river to go out is really busy with fishermen, so we were quite stressed doing that job.
And then they don't have AIS, and they don't really give a very good reflection on the radar either, so they just come out at you at about 20 knots in their little power boats, and it was all quite worrying at times, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And then we ran into one of their boys.
Yes, we did.
Wow, how frustrating is that?
That was the worst one we have ever had, because we were like 5 miles offshore, and then it was really stuck on it, with 2 buoys, one
each side. We cut the one off on the outside, and we were trying to get the rope out from under the between the hull and the rudder, but it just couldn't. It would not come out. We've tried putting a rope on it and pulling it from the front on the winch, but it still wouldn't come out. And we were there for about an hour actually, stuck on it. We tried reversing and all sorts of things, and in the end we just cut it off and let a length of about half a metre stuck in there.
And then we had to go to the next port to take it off.
But eventually it came out from the rudder and got wrapped around the prop.
That's our speciality.
Yeah, it was all a bit of a pain. But then the sun came out, and we were on our way to Cascais.
Cascais, beautiful little town. Yeah. And then from there we went to spend a day in Lisbon. We took the train.
And Lisbon is absolutely spectacular. It is one of the most visited cities in Europe. It's absolutely beautiful from one end to the other, really.
It was a bit empty because of this pandemic, everything, so it wasn't too many tourists around.
No.
But it is beautiful, stunning.
And their tram system dates back to the 19th century, and they still got some of the original trams. In fact, most of the trams are old. There's only a few lines where they've got modern trams on them. Absolutely fantastic.
Beautiful.
And the port, and there wasn't a cheesy egg, was it? It was a cheese
that's a codfish.
Codfish. That's what I was trying to think. Codfish cake. But they shape it like an egg.
They shape it like an egg, and they put cheese inside. It's very
absolutely
good.
Beautiful. And then you had your custard tart.
Yeah, always.
Well, thank you very much for following.
Yeah, thank you very much for following us. And if you can please click on the subscribe button and on the notification bell, that would be even better. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye for now.
Bye.